In 2022, the Antonov AN-225 Mriya, the world's largest plane, was destroyed by Russian forces during their invasion of Ukraine. The damage was so extensive that many believed this record-breaking aircraft was lost forever. But what if it's not? Against all odds, the AN-225 is poised for a massive comeback, but how is this possible? But to understand why the Antonov AN-225 is being rebuilt, we first need to know what made it so special in the first place. Rewind to the height of the Cold War, a period spanning from the late 1940s to the early 1990s. This era was more than just a political standoff between the United States and the Soviet Union. It was a fierce competition on multiple fronts: military, technological, and especially in the race for supremacy in the skies. During this period, aviation became a critical arena where both superpowers showcased their engineering prowess. The US had the formidable C-5 Galaxy, a transport aircraft that dominated the skies with its size and capability. Not to be outdone, the Soviet Union responded with the Antonov AN-124 Ruslan, an aircraft that rivaled the C-5 in almost every aspect. But the Soviets had an even greater ambition: to build something that could transport their space shuttles and massive rocket components. This led to the birth of the Antonov AN-225 Mriya, a name that fittingly means dream in Ukrainian. The AN-225, which first took to the skies in 1988, was a marvel of Soviet engineering. Measuring an astounding 275 feet in length and boasting a wingspan of 290 feet, it was, and still remains, the largest aircraft ever built. Its 6 ZMKB Progress D-18T turbofan engines generated more power than any other aircraft at the time, enabling it to carry an unprecedented maximum takeoff weight of 640 tons. This made the AN-225 the go-to transporter for the Soviet Union's Buran space shuttle and the Energia rocket components. But the fall of the Soviet Union in 1991 brought a premature end to the AN-225's original mission. The plane, now under Ukrainian control, found a new purpose in the 2000s as a specialist cargo hauler, breaking numerous records for airlifting massive loads, including a 174-ton generator in 2009. The Antonov AN-225 was more than just an aircraft. It was a colossal symbol of hope and resilience, one that the world thought indestructible until the unthinkable happened. On February 24, 2022, the world watched in horror as Russia launched a full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Among the many tragedies that unfolded during those early days of the conflict was the loss of an engineering marvel, a symbol of national pride, the Antonov AN-225 Mriya. Stationed at Hostomel Airport near Kiev, the Mriya was more than just an aircraft. It was a symbol of hope, resilience, and Ukrainian ingenuity. As Russian forces advanced, Hostomel Airport became a critical battleground. Amid the chaos of the invasion, the AN-225, once a proud testament to human achievement, was reduced to smoldering ruins. The aircraft's once majestic nose was shattered, the tail crumpled, and its massive wings, which had carried dreams across the world, were charred and broken. The destruction was swift, brutal, and final. For the Ukrainian people, the loss of the Mriya was a heartbreaking blow. This aircraft had not only broken records, but had also become a symbol of Ukraine's place in the world, a nation capable of greatness despite its challenges. The sight of the ruined Mriya resonated deeply, not just within Ukraine, but across the global aviation community. Pilots, engineers, and aviation enthusiasts mourned the loss as if it were a fallen comrade. Messages of sorrow and disbelief poured in from around the world, each one a testament to the Mriya's impact on those who had admired it from afar. But beyond the sadness, there was also a profound sense of defiance. The destruction of the AN-225 was intended to break the spirit of the Ukrainian people, but instead, it has sparked a determination to rebuild, to show the world that even in the face of destruction, dreams cannot be easily extinguished. After the destruction of the Antonov AN-225 Mriya, many believed that the world had seen the last of this legendary aircraft. However, the Ukrainian government has shown remarkable determination to bring this giant back to life. The path to rebuilding the AN-225 is complex, fraught with challenges, but for Ukraine, it's a matter of national pride and resilience. The idea of a second AN-225 isn't new. In fact, during the Soviet era, Antonov began constructing a second aircraft, but the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991 halted progress. By the time work stopped in 1993, the second AN-225 was about 65% complete. The partially finished aircraft, including its fuselage, wings, and landing gear, has been stored ever since, awaiting the possibility of completion. In the early 2000s and again in 2006, there were attempts to revive the project, but the massive costs involved, estimated in the hundreds of millions, proved prohibitive. In 2016, there were even discussions with China about potentially completing the aircraft, but these talks ultimately fell through. Antonov's CEO at the time stated that the unique nature of the AN-225 made it economically unviable, given the limited demand for such a specialized aircraft. Fast forward to 2022, after the original AN-225 was destroyed, the Ukrainian government renewed its commitment to completing the second aircraft. The symbolic value of the AN-225 has only grown, representing not just a technical achievement, but also the spirit of a nation under siege. Rebuilding the Mriya would be a powerful statement of Ukraine's resilience in the face of adversity. However, the challenges are immense. The estimated cost of completing the second AN-225 has ballooned to around $3 billion. This staggering figure covers not just the construction itself, but also the need to update the aircraft to meet modern standards for noise, emissions, and safety. The original engines, for example, would need to be replaced with more efficient and environmentally friendly models. Additionally, much of the original workforce that built the AN-225 has retired, meaning that assembling a team with the necessary expertise poses another significant hurdle. Moreover, the facilities where the first AN-225 was constructed no longer exist in their former capacity. Many became defunct after the fall of the Soviet Union, meaning new infrastructure would need to be developed to accommodate the construction. This includes everything from manufacturing plants to specialized tools, which adds another layer of complexity to the project. Despite these challenges, the Ukrainian government is exploring every possible avenue to make the rebuilding of the AN-225 a reality. They have launched fundraising campaigns and are in talks with international partners and potential investors to secure the necessary funds. There is also hope that modern technology could be leveraged to streamline some of the construction processes, potentially reducing costs and timelines. Ultimately, the rebuilding of the Antonov AN-225 is more than just a technical challenge, it's a symbol of hope and defiance for Ukraine. Whether the project will come to fruition remains uncertain, but the very effort to resurrect this engineering marvel speaks volumes about the Ukrainian spirit and the lengths to which they are willing to go to reclaim a part of their national heritage. The idea of rebuilding the Antonov AN-225 has sparked considerable debate, with strong arguments both for and against the project. On one hand, the AN-225 is not just a plane, it's a powerful symbol of Ukrainian pride and resilience. For a country facing ongoing conflict, rebuilding the AN-225 would represent a symbolic victory over adversity, a message to the world that Ukraine remains unbroken. The Mriya was more than just metal and machinery. It was a beacon of national identity and technological achievement. For many, restoring the AN-225 is seen as a way to preserve and honor that legacy. On the other hand, the practical challenges and financial costs of rebuilding the AN-225 are staggering. With estimates running as high as $3 billion, critics argue that such an investment might be better directed towards more immediate needs, especially as Ukraine continues to face war and economic strain. The AN-225, while impressive, serves a very niche market with limited utility. Its massive size and specialized capabilities are unmatched, but this also means that its operational use is rare, raising questions about whether it can ever recoup the enormous costs of its reconstruction. Moreover, the technological demands of bringing the AN-225 up to modern standards present additional hurdles. From upgrading its engines to meeting contemporary environmental regulations, the project would require significant re-engineering, adding further to the already high costs. Ultimately, the decision to rebuild the AN-225 is about more than just economics. It's about what the plane represents. While the financial and practical challenges are significant, the symbolic value of resurrecting the Mriya could provide a much-needed boost to Ukrainian morale during these difficult times. The debate continues, but for many Ukrainians, the dream of seeing the Mriya soar again is worth every effort. The future of the Antonov AN-225 project remains uncertain, but its outcome will have significant implications for Ukraine and the global aviation community. If the plane is successfully rebuilt, it would not only restore a vital piece of aviation history, but also serve as a powerful symbol of Ukraine's resilience and determination. The AN-225 could once again become an essential tool in global logistics, particularly for transporting oversized cargo that no other aircraft can handle. However, if the project fails to materialize, the AN-225 will remain a symbol of what was lost in the chaos of war, a reminder of the challenges that Ukraine faces as it rebuilds its nation. Regardless of the outcome, the effort to resurrect the Mriya reflects Ukraine's unwavering spirit and its desire to reclaim and preserve its place on the world stage. The legacy of the AN-225 will continue to inspire, whether it flies again or not. What do you think? Should Ukraine invest in rebuilding the Antonov AN-225, or is it a project better left in the past? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more content.